I'm back, dear friends. What's up, guys? It's Autobot410 coming to you from the new and improved Mac Cave. Not only is this going to be the first video I've done of any kind of blog or discussion, it's the first one I'm going to be doing in my brand new place. Anyway, it's been a very, very eventful 2013. Not only am I the head of the truck that I drive at my job, and I'm making a lot of money, hence the new place. So everyone knows, or at least a lot of people know, that I'm a big professional wrestling fan. And 2013 had to be a very, very eventful year for pro wrestling as far as my life goes. So this is going to be a three-part video series explaining how pro wrestling plays such a big part in 2013. Let's start with the beginning. This year, my brother is still going to San Jose State. About 6 or 7 months ago, he told me about a Lucha Libre professional wrestling show that had been touring around the US called Lucha Libre USA. It's very, very cool. So he called me up and said, hey, it's happening down here at San Jose State. Do you want to come down and see it? Now, up to this point, I had always seen professional wrestling on TV, but I'd never actually seen it in real life before. So it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and basically, I had the money for it, so I paid for me and Alex tickets. I said, sure, why not? It was probably going to be one of the few times I would ever be able to carry around my ECW championship and not look like a total idiot. So, we arrive at San Jose State, and we get in line, and I'm having this thing on my shoulder. Apparently, I was one of only 3 people who actually brought a championship belt with me, and no one had the ECW championship, which is going to be very, very cool story about that in about a couple of minutes. So we get inside, we get really, really good seats for how much I paid. We can see everything, we can hear everything. We don't know who's going to be in the show at the time, so it was kind of like a toss-up. The show starts, main announcer comes in, you know, guy that no one knows about, no one really cares. Then all of a sudden he introduced his co-host, who is none other than former WWE diva, Melena. And believe me, fellas, she is as beautiful in real life as she is on TV. Don't let anyone ever tell you different. They introduced the first matchup, which is of this, you know, a lot of masked wrestlers and everything, but this one guy was going up against a guy called Mini Park, which is kind of like a smaller version of La Parka. I mean, I knew him from, you know, all the way back in WCW, so I knew who La Parka was, but I never heard of Mini Park before. And apparently the guy he was going up against challenged him to a dance-off. But he would choose 3 people from the audience, and Mini Park would choose 3 people from the audience. And me and Alex were in like very, very high seats, so he was asking who wants to come down to the ring, and I stood up. I wasn't even actually trying to get picked. I just had my championship on my shoulder, and he pointed straight at me. You right there. And my brother, who is sitting there, looks up at me and goes, dude, I think he's talking to you. I said, what? Yeah. Hold my belt. So I ran out into the ring, and I started going up the stairs, and I could truly say that the first thing that was going through my mind when I was trying to go through the ropes is, don't you dare trip on these ropes. You've been watching wrestling ever since you were 10. Don't you dare trip on these ropes. Luckily I didn't. I got into the ring. It was very, very cool. And I had never been in a wrestling ring before, so I started hamming it up. I jumped to the corner. I did the whole Jeff Hardy thing. So the dance-off was, well, just a time for me to ham it up. It was kind of funny and kind of cool. We lost, obviously, seeing as how the guy that chose us was a heel, and, you know, Mini Park chose like 3 kids, so obviously we lost. As I was leaving the ring, I looked at Melena, and I don't know where I got the courage to ask this from. I asked her, I've lost, but can I at least have a hug from you because you're just so beautiful? And she looks at me and she gives me this big smile, and she hugs me in the middle of the ring, and all I can say, guys, is, oh my god, she smells so nice. I damn near passed out in the middle of the ring. But I got out of the ring, I ran up to Alex, who was in our seats, and I just couldn't believe that all that entire thing had transpired. Only the night could get better from could only like go downhill from there, but I was wrong. We saw a lot of good matches, and one of the third matches I believe was between Super Crazy and Psychosis, two ECW originals, ones I used to watch when I was a kid. And hey, I'm wearing the ECW title. So before their match, Super Crazy is out in the lobby signing autographs. I go out there and get me an Alex soda, and I have my ECW championship on my shoulder. I'm walking down the hallway. He is signing autographs. He looks straight at me and points at me and smiles because he can see ECW on it, and he walks up and he tells me to come to him, and he says, dude, if you go to the backstage, if you get backstage passes, I will sign your ECW championship, because that's one of the titles I never held. I said, dude, you got yourself a deal. I went up there and I bought backstage passes for myself, but I didn't have enough money to buy it for Alex. So I was going to try and worry about that later. Matches are awesome. We get to see, you know, superstars that I'd always seen on TV, but I'd never seen in real life. You know, like I said, Super Crazy, Psychosis, and Hurricane Helms was there. I hadn't seen him in years, and he hadn't missed a step. It was just a really, really fun night. And finally, after the event had ended, I was going to use my backstage pass, but I didn't want to go back there by myself, because that meant my brother had to be standing out there waiting, and, you know, I just wasn't going to do that. I was willing to give it up because I didn't want, you know, my brother to feel left out. And as I was just about to go up there and ask someone, hey, do you want a free backstage pass? This one dude, who probably had to leave for like unknown reasons, runs up to us, taps me on the shoulder and said, hey, aren't you the guy that, you know, was in the ring earlier? I said, yeah. He said, well, I gotta leave. You want to take the backstage pass I bought? Because I'm not going to use it. I looked at him, I said, are you serious? He said, yeah. So I said, thank you. Damn. Took it, gave it to Alex, and said, let's go backstage. We go backstage. Every single performer that night is there, and Super Crazy looks at me and says, ah, so you did come. So I bring up my belt, and he signs it, not only with his name, but near the end of Super, he puts, right where the E is, he puts ECW. Oh, dude, it was fucking awesome. I was like, yes. So I get my ECW Championship belt signed by him, Psychosis, and Hurricane Helms in that one night. And not only that, but I got a second hug from Milena. Now, I knew my friends probably wouldn't believe me if I said that this happened. So I had my brother bring out his phone, and he took a picture. And bam, suck it, motherfuckers. It's like a really, really awesome night. Like the best one I've had in a long time up until that point. So I thought that was going to be the whole end of the whole professional wrestling thing for that year, but I couldn't have been more wrong. But that's going to be a story for the next video. If you guys have any kind of questions or comments, you can leave them. If you want to leave a comment of saying who's your favorite wrestler, who would you like to see, who would you like to meet, do so. Don't forget to like and comment. And if you like what I do, if you like what I say, if you know, just find me entertaining, then hit that like button and subscribe. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, alright? Till all are one.